Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're in Cherokee, North Carolina at the Oconaluftee Farm Museum. We're taking you around, showing you everything on the museum here. It's an outdoor museum, real life museum, history. And I hope you enjoy this one. Let's get this one started. It's the Oconaluftee Farm Museum here and Visitor Center at the National Park. We're going to go around and take a look at this and learn some history on this maybe. It says right here, if you want to read along, most of the buildings on a mountain farm related to most of the basic of all needs, preserving food. The historic buildings at the Mountain Farm Museum were moved here from throughout the national park in the early 1950s. The buildings reflect the challenges faced daily by every mountain farm family. John Davis spent 2 years building the house near Deep Creek in North Carolina. It's completed in about 1900. The log walls are matched. Davis split chestnut logs in half along their length and placed the halves in matching positions on the opposite wall. And there's the house right there that he built. And I'm about to show you that house over here that they moved here. And that is him with his family right there, the Davis house at its original, what I just showed you. And then above's the family built the house with help from his two oldest sons, who were very young at the time. And here is the Davis house, ladies and gentlemen, that they moved right here on site at the farm museum. We're gonna walk up here, walk up these steps, take a peek inside. You can't go in, but you are welcome to take a peek inside at what it would look like right here. How cool is that? Even got a piano in here. Right there's the piano. Look at the wall. You can see the newspaper on the wall. Even there's the stairs right there that goes upstairs. A bed over there. Old sewing table. How cool is that? House built in the 1900s. This is the rear of the Davis house. Hello there, chicken. Chicken, 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 chicken. How are you doing, Mr. Chicken? Just eating? Have a good day. Now looking in the back of the house, which what would be the kitchen maybe? You have the fireplace there, a table, a little butter churn down there. How cool. But it would get very cold in these wooden houses back in the day, yeah. And we have made it to the meat house, where it kept and protected the most valuable thing to have is meat. Food, right? Look at that big old pig there. And here is the meat house. Let's go and take a peek inside. And this is inside the meat house, guys. See all the meat hanging up there? Even up there in the top, there's some meat hanging up, getting ready to cook and put up for the summer and spring and winter and fall, however long it lasts. Oh yeah. And of course, living in a house with fireplace, you need wood, right? So they would have to have a shed to store their wood under to keep it dry during the rain to be able to heat the house. And that's where this came in place at. And don't forget, back then, in them days, you didn't have nowhere to use the restroom in the house. You would go outside to the outhouse. And that's what's here. Is the outhouse where you would come to do your business. All these chickens crossing right here. You ask why they're crossing? Well, the next place I'm going to show you is indeed that little guy's house. It's the chicken house. And the chickens will stay in here. And this is how they would get their eggs and whatnot, as you see the roost there. The eggs, they would lay the eggs over there, and they would get, hey, they think I'm gonna feed them. They would lay their eggs there. All these chickens. They think I'm gonna feed them. But yeah, they would lay their eggs there probably back in the day, which they probably still do. They would come out and get the eggs and have some breakfast. Hello, chickens. Goodbye, chickens. And in here, visitors are welcome to go inside this fence, but elk are not. Pull the door shut. Please do not climb on the apple trees. And you have to have apple trees, right, to have apples to eat back in the day. You couldn't go to the store and buy them. Well, you could probably, but yeah, why not have your own apple tree for free? And here is the next history fact. The apple house for the Mountain family apples were a staple, eaten raw and used to make cider, vinegar, applesauce, apple butter, and pies. Storing them was just as important, though, as evidenced by the substantial apple house. Summer apples were stored on the upper floor. Winter apples were put in the ground floor bins. Earth and thick stone walls provided insulation from cold and heat. And here is the apple house. This is original. This apple house was originally in Little Oconaluftee. I think I'm saying that right. North Carolina. The farm produced apples for commercial use. So this here, this is the top of it. Now, this was originally this building right here, and here it is today. So that would be the top. This will be underneath. The rock part will be underneath the ground, as we read right there, for the apples to be in the winter to help them survive. We look in here and they have some apples sitting out there on the barrel. That's how it looks inside. So you can tell the floor is right there for the upper area. You can smell some apples in here. Here's the, I'm going to try to pronounce this word, sorghum, or sorghum, meal and furnace. And it tells you a little bit about that right there. It says that this was used to produce sorghum, molasses. The cane was fed between the rollers of the animal-powered cane mill, which squeezed out juice. The juice was then taken and boiled over the furnace until it turned into thick, dark, stringy molasses. 10 gallons of juice yielded about 1 gallon of molasses. Long sweetening, as it was called, was used in dozens of recipes and syrup. And this is farmers using horses, mules, or oxen to power it. And here's what one looks like right here. How cool is that? Now we're going to take a look at a corn crib, which the corn crib is what's housed the family's most important crop that they would plant in their garden, which is corn. And it tells you a little bit about that right there as well. Both cribs are from the Deep Creek, North Carolina area. These photos both show at their original locations. Here's the first one I'm going to show you, and there's the second one. Here is the corn crib standing today. This is all original. They moved over here. As you can see how big it is. It probably has a bunch of corn in there, yeah. That's the inside. Here is the corn crib gear shed right here. Original. That was moved here on location as well. Let's take a look inside now. That's what this one looks like inside. And this fence right here that you see, built like this, horses are actually inside these fences out here. This is an exact replica of what the pastures would look like back then. As well, as you see up here in a moment, you'll see up here a sign that says warning. Horses may bite or kick. And here's some old farm equipment here. I'm gonna walk in the old barn here. Now, this was a big part of a farm back in the day, you know that. Look how low it was. I can't walk under it without ducking my head. There's the top. An old horse buggy right here. Some old farming tools in here in the barn. Some plows and whatnot. Horse stables. Old horse stables here as well. Right here it tells you, do not enter. Animals are not pets. They bite or kick. Do not touch or feed. Jane, the mule, previously served as Great Smoky Mountains National Park pack mule. She spent over 10 years moving equipment, dragging logs, and helping improve over 800 miles of trail in the Smokies. How cool is that? And there's Jane right there. Jane! Hey, Jane! Thank you for all your hard work, Jane. Jane is the one that's closest to us here. They don't want no part of it. Just there she is. Look at Jane. Jane! Come here, horsey, horsey, horsey. Alright. Thank you, Jane, for all your hard work. There goes the other horse. Going out to graze. It looks like it's about to rain here in the Smokies, so yeah. May start raining on me here in a moment. This right here is kind of cool. Bob was here. Bob visited the Great Smoky Mountain National Park and especially enjoyed these historic buildings. He liked them so much he wrote his name on the wall of the barn. He did not seem to care that these historic structures are protected by law as part of our nation's heritage, just like a Statue of Liberty. By writing his name, Bob committed a crime. A visitor reported his vandalism to the park ranger, who gave Bob a ticket. He paid a $100 fine. If his case had gone to court, he could have been fined up to $5,000 and 6 months in jail. If you wish to leave your mark on this park, please do it in a positive way by helping protect and preserve the park's natural and historic resources. Bob paid a big one for that, and looks like a lot more people could if they got caught. As you see, Jane done walked out over there. As soon as we walked out, Jane walked out from underneath. I don't think Jane liked us. Side view there, chicken and the horses. Nice little touch to the barn. And there's an elk over there. As we look at Jane, you see an elk. That over there is an elk. Right there. We may see more elk. Who knows? Splish splash, we was taking a mud bath. What farm can you have without a pig, right? You gotta have your bacon and your ham and your sausage. Pork chops. Come on now, look at that pig. That one over there. My great grandfather used to raise pigs just like this. He had a pig farm, kind of a small pig farm, and he raised them, slaughtered them, and sold them for the meat, you know. And we had meat, I'm sure, at the time my grandparents and them did. He had them right when I was small, I think. Check those pigs out. What farm? You know you gotta have a pig on a farm. Look at all that mud there, have a mud bath going on. He's over there, he's got an itch on his head, scratching away. Check him out. How awesome. These pigs won't be dying to eat though, thankfully, for you PETA folks out there, PETAs. Bye-bye, pigs. Yeah. And here is the blacksmith shop. This shop was used by the farmer to make repairs to tools or to forge his own ironwork. Iron can be so a worn out horseshoe might become part of a door hinge, as you can see right here is the blacksmith shop. Let's take a look at it. And they're talking about the horseshoe could come because the horseshoe is the door hinge on here. That's what they mean by that. This is inside. That right there is what he would beat it on. You would heat the iron or metal, whatever you may be working with in that. Bring it out, beat it out on that. Take it over there in the I'm looking, hang on. Thought I saw an elk back there. In the vise, and you could bend it out and put it in whatever shape you'd like. Yeah, I thought I saw another elk back there, but this is the blacksmith shop. Pretty cool. Hello, squirrel. Hello, buddy. I wonder how many of those was eaten back in the day. Squirrel dumplings. Look at him. Goodbye, squirrel. And this right here is the spring house. A reliable source of drinking water was important in selecting a house site because you'd want it next to a creek or a river, just like so, to run your spring water down through there to get your water. As you see, your water would come through there like so, right here in the spring house. This is where you'd get all your water at. Step back, take a little look at it. Cloudy back there, isn't it? And here is that spring water we was talking about for the spring house right over there. This is what you'd want your spring water to be close, spring house to be close to. That way you can get that good cold spring water. You could reach down in this water and drink it if you wanted to. Oh yeah, some nice spring water. It's beautiful right here in this area as well. Alright guys, that's going to do it here at the Oconaluftee Farm Museum. Hope you enjoyed this vlog. Hope you learned some history about it. I know I sure did. I enjoyed it a lot. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know you care, lets me know you like it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet, as it starts to rain. Perfect timing. I'll see you in the next one.